Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Cannonbull channel. I am Mono. I'm doing a reaction to the Doomsday trailer. But hey, check it out. There's a guy over here. He goes by SaintJorge. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hey guys, this is Saint George, back with another one with Mono over here. I will be supervising his reaction to Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, guys, the boss wants to make sure that this reaction is better than the previous ones. So run this one up, please. Make me look good.
Yeah, guys, make sure he gets Employee of the Month.
Oh, man, that would be Employee of the Month for the how manyth month in the row? How long is this channel existing?
Since January 2023.
So there we go. I'm almost on my second year of Employee of the Month.
Damn, we old in this. Wow, that's crazy.
Speaking of being
That's crazy.
old, let's get some nostalgia for the MCU, folks. Let's check what's going on.
Let's dive right in.
Okay, then let's go. Okay, I'm seeing someone riding a bike down a road and a house.
Wolverine.
Oh snap! The X-Men. I can't believe it, bro. Why does Wolverine wear a helmet? He's come on, bro. He's a bonehead. He shouldn't be riding with a helmet. You know,
Exactly,
funny enough,
human
this
stuff.
does make me think of that scene in X-Men when the police is coming to the door.
Yeah.
It makes me think of that for some reason. Oh, he's putting the suit away. He's done. He's retired. I don't do that anymore.
Cap's not my main anymore.
Oh, bro. This guy's copying John Walker's flow, bro. Bar for bar. What the hell? Nah. Marvel can't learn, bro. John Walker did it first. He did it better too. Maybe. No, he didn't. I'm lying. He hates his kid for some reason.
Now we just didn't like the way he was doing it.
Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. Okay. And then we got the logo. This film is not yet rated. They got the countdown.
So it could be rated R.
The countdown doesn't work though because it's not live. I'm watching this like an hour after the trailer's actually out. Okay, so I see that. I see that. So from your understanding, can you just like explain to me they're gonna basically do this for each of the characters or the significant characters, right?
Yes, so if you guys check out the leak video, we also go over this, but they basically gonna, this is the first one for Steve Rogers, the next one is going to be Thor, and the third one is going to be the biggest one, which the focus of that trailer is going to be Doctor Doom himself, and that's gonna be a big one.
Okay.
Right, so we're focusing on the big three: Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Robert Downey Jr. It's a marketing stage, not only to like drum up the film, but also to, of course, wake up the general audience, bring them back.
Okay, no, I think I do like the vibe they might be trying to go for, you know, to try and show you what Cap's life is like, you know, what he has to lose in a certain sense. Really
Right.
get him to sympathize with Tony in Endgame. Because like a lot of Tony's actions then was like, oh, we do this, but we do it my way because I can't lose my family, which was character assassination. But actually, even Cap was character assassinated. So like, that's not the conversation we should be having right now. What I'm just trying to say is I do at least like that. Now, whether or not that's good, that's a different conversation. Let's not talk about that. Just looking forward to seeing what they do, how they do it, and I hope it's good so that I don't have to be upset like I was with Endgame.
Yeah, like I'm assuming this Cap is the Cap that, after he went on the mission, and Bucky was like, don't do anything. Well, no, he told Bucky, don't do anything stupid till I get back. And he's like, how could I? You're taking all the stupid with you. And, he decided to then stay with Peggy and get some of that life that Tony said he should go and get. And I'm guessing this is that life.
Nah,
You know?
Lamau, this is a bait and switch. This is just a random Steve Rogers.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is some random multiverse Steve Rogers that we're gonna follow. Like, it's not Endgame Steve.
It's like that scene
know?
in Multiverse of Madness when Wanda wants to go and steal her kids from the other Wanda. It's gonna be the exact same thing.
And there's a theory that people said that the Steve that we get in Endgame, the old man Steve, that's the Steve that lived through Doomsday, saw what Sam could do, and was like, you know what, it's yours, bro. Take it. You're gonna need it.
That sounds like some extreme cope. That sounds like the wildest amount of cope. But you know
because like what is, it goes again to like my thing of like, what has Falcon, like what has he not done to prove to you that he is a capable Avenger superhero? What has he not done, bro? Come on.
And that comes also in a position where you need to ask yourself the question of, do you think they actually did a good job showcasing the failures of someone like a John Walker to kind of make that hit home, you know? Because there's quite a lot of stories where we want our superhero to prove that they deserve to be in the position that they are, because if it's not them, who else would do the thing, you know? You know, if I don't, who will? Dragon Fist, you know, like you need to have that kind of, that guy needs to be the one that we root for. That some people, they are going to be heroes when it's convenient, right? But then some of them, they're going to do it because that's the right thing to do. And I feel as though we've got an ample amount of those kinds of heroes, partly because I feel the MCU is a little bit too afraid to give a lot of our heroes flaws, right? They want everyone to be likable. They want everyone to be significant,
funny,
and funny, right? So we can't have that thing of certain characters not doing things because it doesn't benefit them, right? Like for example, it's part of what made 2012 such an interesting kind of character dynamic between all of them, is because some of those characters, you could see them doing things mainly for their own benefit, right? Because to some extent, what Steve Rogers was saying about Tony wasn't wrong, it just wasn't correct either, right? Tony is a very self-serving guy. He proves it in Endgame, where he says, we're not going to save the world by sacrificing my family, which, again, character assassination, but the thing is, he is to some extent a self-serving guy. The thing that I think Tony proves in Avengers 2012 is that when the chips are down, I will do what it takes, right? Even if it is at my own expense. And he proves that in Endgame as well. That if the chips are down, I will sacrifice myself. So I think people like him, people like Nats, where it's like, you know, I'm also self-serving for the most part. I don't always want to be, but I am. People like Banner, not really that he is self-serving, but he has like a particular flaw, right? That means that the Hulk does what the Hulk wants to does.
Wow. You know, and when you say like the whole thing of when the chips are down, it reminds me of so many moments that Tony had in the MCU. It reminds me of how on Twitter they were now calling him Tony Never Duck a Fate Stark, because like we think about the moment in Civil War where everyone's getting their ass beat by Bucky, and he's like, you know what? Fine.
Let's go.
No powers, but I got this watch thing. Let's go.
Let's go.
And he almost gets shot in the face, you know. And it's like when the chips are down, when push comes to shove, Tony will just be like, if not me, then who? And then he'll do it, you know?
And the funny thing is with like how Twitter slander goes, a lot of people look at that same scene and then like will flip it on a completely different angle, right? But like, what does this bozo think he's doing? He never had a chance. What's he trying? And it's like, man, you guys like have very different interpretations, huh? There's one person be like, oh, damn, look at this. This is very admirable. This guy is not in the best position to fight Bucky, but he's trying. And then another person's like, look at this idiot moron.
Not everyone can be Black Panther with the way he was holding his own.
Yeah.
You know? Like, come on.
But
that's crazy.
I think because of the way that the heroes have been set up so far in the MCU, we don't have a lot of that, right? We sort of have something close to that with the Thunderbolts, but let's be honest, it's not there at all. If somebody says, hey, that's someone in danger, let's save them, every member of the Thunderbolts is gonna be like, okay, let's go and save them. There's not gonna be like, no, we have to do this first, or
new Avengers now.
Yeah, the new Avengers. Like, there's none of that, right? There's no like real interplay. And I hope that they kind of create that in this movie, even if it's exclusively for this movie, and even if it's at the detriment of some of the characters. There needs to be some sort of disagreement, some sort of conflict, and, you know, interactions between a lot of these characters, especially when the cast is this big. I don't know what you have to say there.
I'm also just like I said before in our Kevin Feige makes excuses video. I'm really excited to actually see how everyone's going to look in terms of like the suits. You know, that's one thing I'm just like excited for. I don't know why, but I'm also wanting to see how everyone's going to be interacting. Of course, you know that's one of the highlights of the MCU. It's why we like these Avengers films. It's why we like Civil War. Characters that haven't met before now meeting before. So yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see, because like the Russos talked a lot about how they grounded the movie's fantasticalness in a real stakes, real goals, real conflict. So I'd like to see that. You know.
I hope they
kind
do
of,
pull through with that promise, because
Yeah.
I think that that's something that a lot of the MCU completely misunderstood. I'm looking at Shang-Chi, for example, where it's like,
Yeah.
look, I will complain about the movie till the cows come home, right? I don't like it, but I do think that third act onwards sucked, right? I think.
Did you see on Twitter now that they're complaining about that? Everyone's like, "Oh, the third act shouldn't have. They didn't have to do that. It was so,
Yeah, obviously, right?
They didn't have to do that."
Obviously. It always
It's
happens.
like, why? Where was this?
MCU movie cycle. Any MCU movie comes out, people are going to say it's really good, it's really great, whatever else like that. And then sometime in the undisclosed future, they will like completely 180 on that.
Actually, they didn't have to, because they were like, the father-son thing was an intimate story to tell. They should have stuck with that and made it like the third act is a duel between him and his father that maybe results in his father's death or something like that, and that's it. But no, we had to have a giant dragon and like the soul eaters coming out of the dragon gate.
It's just a
From the
typical
Dragon
thing
Gate.
that like a lot of these broad appeal action style movies want to do, which is like, you know, like the Godzilla versus Kong. It's not going to actually end with Godzilla fighting Kong when one of them winning. It's going to have some sort of other bad guy show up so that the two of them can team up to face off against that bad guy, right? A lot of the times that's what these movies try and do, where they introduce wow, what if Superman fought Batman, guys? Oh no, Doomsday has appeared. Now we need to team up and fight Doomsday, right? When you have a lot of these things where it's, let's say, for example, one major character versus another major character, quite often we don't actually want, as the Hollywood types, for one character to just beat the other one. We need a third party to come in and redirect their attention so that they can go towards that. Some stories do it well, some stories don't. Right, I think Shang-Chi is a good example of that, where it's like, yeah, here's this dragon, and yes, it was like set up that this dragon would show up and whatever else like that, but it should have just been that the two of them resolve their conflict with each other instead of his dad just dying.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
A story that does it pretty well, Civil War, right? Tony's like, I'm gonna get that Bucky guy, and Steve's like, no, you're not, and then Zemo's just there, Lamau. I'm still here, by the way. So like that's a good example of like a third party coming in to like mess up the 1v1 air quotes, because that was a 2v1, but like
Yeah, very bad.
I think that's a good example of that third party where neither side wins, neither side loses.
Yeah. And I one of the things that I'm afraid of for Doomsday that like I don't like, I think this is going to be the case. We're gonna have a movie where the Avengers lose, and then the second one, which is Secret Wars, they're gonna come together and win. Can we not, like, why do we have to do that? Why couldn't the movie just be like, I don't know, maybe they beat Doom, but then there's a new, I don't know, like, just why are we doing the part 1, part 2 thing again? I'm kind of bothered by it.
It's probably just to try and set up the stakes of it, right? It worked with Infinity War, you know, so they were like, let's do something similar there. And because they're really
It's not
trying
gonna
to
hit as hard,
hype
though.
up Doom. They're trying to hype up Doom. Do you think they're gonna lose though? Like in this part 1?
A part of me is like, look, they probably know that we did this in the first movie. They're not gonna give us a dramatic ending where, okay, everyone loses, and then like
Cut
give
to
us
5
lose,
years later.
you know? Cut to 5 years later. I think what they're gonna do is they'll do a thing of like, maybe they beat Doom, but like post-credit scene, Doom has an ace up his sleeve, and Secret Wars happens. But he's gonna, for him to make Battle World and for Secret Wars to happen, he has to win. So they're gonna lose to some capacity.
So I suspect, right, and this is like a crackpot tinfoil hat conspiracy theory level idea here. I think we're gonna get a similar thing to like across and beyond the Spider-Verse kind of scenario. I think we're probably going to have one of our major main characters do some sort of like, let's just say it this way. This is not exactly what I mean, but if I'm correct, I'm gonna be like saying this is exactly what I mean. It's gonna be like a betrayal of some kind of thing, right? If you recall, what is it? The Infinity Warps comic thing where Gamora makes like she gets the Infinity Gauntlet and she makes like an alternate universe type deal. Where everyone fuses together.
Like, yeah,
yeah.
Definitely.
I think it's going to be a similar concept maybe to something like that, right? Someone we don't expect is what I mean when I'm saying a betrayal. Someone we don't expect is probably going to do some sort of reality warping, yada yada, and that's going to cause then the Secret Wars thing to take place. Essentially, this is just going to postpone the fight with Doom, right? It's going to be a thing. We can't beat him. This is the only way. And they're like, no, stop, Reed. And then Reed's like, no. And then he does the thing. And then, and then like, Secret Wars happens.
You know, the fact that you mentioned Reed and what happens in the Secret Wars comics, bro, you might be spot on.
I'm actually like, more so basing it off of the trailer. If you recall the First Steps trailer, when he said, I've been pinging with powers that I didn't understand. They're coming.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more so basing it around something like that.
Yeah, Reed is always fiddling with things he's not supposed to be fiddling with.
Yeah. Hey, yo!
So, cause like...
Odyssey trailer? Hold on a second.
Yeah, that also came out. That also came out as well.
Check it out a little bit later. But yeah, sorry, go on.
I am also worried about the relationship between Doctor Doom and Reed Richards. Do they even have one? This is an alternate. This apparently, because that story is Doom had a family, and because of like what Steve did and what the Avengers did with time, they ended up obliterating his family somehow, some way.
Oh, so he's Zemo.
Basically.
Damn. I hope they don't like
the Russos just
that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So now I'm wondering, like, does he know Reed from where he comes from? Because like in the wiki they're saying, oh, Doctor
is this
Doom
the same one at the post-credit scene of First Steps? Is it the same Doom?
It's supposed to be RDJ, I can't speak, Doom. And I think that the post-credit scene of Fantastic Four First Steps takes place probably... Because a lot of the post-credit scenes we're getting now are taking place during the movie. You know, Thunderbolts, seeing the ship come in, and then probably a little earlier from that was him going to the Baxter building. Who knows, maybe he attacks the building and the Fantastic Four escape into 616, and then the Thunderbolts meet him.
No, I'm just asking because I'm trying to figure out maybe he does have some sort of relationship with them, because I do recall when they were at the UN in First Steps, they did have the Latveria desk empty. Right, so to me that implies they don't have a good relationship with Latveria. And who's the ruler of Latveria? If not Mr. Diplomatic Immunity himself.
Exactly. So, I don't know. I wonder how would that be? Like, what's the motivation then? You know, like...
I wonder if it's not just going to be a thing of Reed being like, I've dealt with a victor in my dimension. Don't play with this guy.
I hope... Probably that's the case. Like, look, I've battled a Victor Von Doom before. I've defeated him, but like he still has some tricks up his sleeve. Yeah, don't mess with him. Type B.
Yeah, because I feel like they're going to have to glaze him in some way, right? So in Infinity War, it was Hulk going, Thanos is coming, you know. So I think maybe it's gonna be like from the perspective of the Fantastic Four being like, bro, this guy, he's beyond anything we face. This is not our Doom. We don't know what that guy is.
Probably it might be the case, because if they do this thing that I'm saying where they crash land and the Thunderbolts or the new Avengers meet them, and they'll be like, or maybe the Thunderbolts encounter Doom first. They'll be like, who is this guy? And the Fours, they're gonna be like, oh, that's Victor Von Doom. That's Doctor Doom. Is bad news.
And then Doom is gonna fight against Sentry. Sentry's gonna go Void. He's gonna beat the Void out of him, and they're gonna be like, damn, he's something. Whoa.
I also just like the thing with Doctor Doom's powers, right? People like to do this thing of like Doctor Doom is so epic because it's magic and technology. It's like, yes, but like, do you know how those powers work?
Okay.
It doesn't mean he can beat anybody.
You're going the exact same direction as me, because anytime that people talk about that, man, my favorite character is Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom is actually the perfect mixture between magic and science. And then I'm sitting there like, okay, but what does that look like though? What does that mean?
What does that look like?
Like if he shoots me with a green energy blast, and then Hulk makes like a gamma radiation bomb, are those different? And like, which one is better?
Usually, visually, what they do is they make him shoot a laser from like a repulsor, maybe in his glove, but the laser has like a pentagram on it, and it's like, oh wow, look, science and magic.
Yeah. Or he will do something like, for example, like while he's charging up the repulsor blast, you will see like this kind of smoke trail around his hands, and then like then he shoots it out. So it's like, oh, this mystic energy or something, like a witch's cauldron type beat.
So I really now wonder, okay, how are the Russos going to make his science plus magic look, and how's he going to use that to defeat the Sentry? How is he gonna do that, man?
They're gonna he's gonna get blipped and he's just gonna walk back out of his own shadow.
Probably, they're gonna put him in the void, like, and he doesn't care about his voice. Like, yeah, I don't care about this, bro. You think this thing affects me? I'm good, bro.
Or do you think he's gonna?
I know what I have to do.
He's gonna like separate the two from each other, and then he uses void on his team.
Look, there were theories that Doctor Doom is gonna do some like. He's gonna be using some people's, powers on some host type beat. Like he's gonna take the void from, Bob. Apparently, he's going to be using Wanda's powers as well, and Franklin Richards' powers, to do what he wants to do with like the reality warping, and just to be able to stand against these heroes. Because there's a rumor that like he's going to attack the X-Mansion. With his own version of like evil Avengers or something like that. But then again, Doom has Doombots, right? So like he could try something like that. Like,
Doombot betrays Doom. Marvel Rivals tie-in.
And then like the Doombot looks at his hand and says, "Maybe I am a good guy."
I thought you were gonna hit it with something isn't beautiful because it lasts. And it's like, you're unbearably naive. Well, I was born yesterday.
Vision was rage baiting.
For real.
He knew what he was doing.
For real, bro.
He was rage baiting.
I mean, through that whole movie, right? Like, he just looks at Thor and he gives him the hammer. He knows. He knows.
We have to leave now. It's like, bro, you're rage baiting, bro. You want him to crash out.
And specifically to Thor for some reason, because he sees Thor and he's like, I like the cape. Boom, gets himself his own cape. It's like, Vision, what's good, bro? What's the beef?
And then he goes to Ulta and shuts him out the internet. It's like, bro, why you rage bait? Why cut off his Wi-Fi, bro?
Bro, Vision was like, I know your IP address.
He cut off his Wi-Fi. Damn. I wonder if White Vision is gonna... Nah, it's not. You see, I mean, look, there's cast members that have not been announced yet, apparently. But I hope that this is the cast. I don't... It can't be, because there's so many characters that like probably have to come back, like Captain Marvel, like, War Machine. But I wonder how they're gonna galvanize them together. I know Tom Holland's only coming back in Secret Wars, so yeah.
Because thing is must happening concurrently with Doomsday.
Yeah, Brand New Day. Either
right
before or concurrently.
Yeah, that's more or less what I'm also getting. Do you think that there's going to be like major new characters introduced in these two movies coming up?
I think probably like a handful. Probably a handful. Maybe some of them for what comes next in the MCU, because we have word of a reboot, of some kind. But I don't expect a lot of new characters coming into these movies.
Now, I'm just asking because I'm just thinking to myself where it's like, okay, so I think they're trying to hit us with a misdirect, where it's like they're going to let us focus on a lot of the confirmed cast from returning movies of different franchises. But just watch how like the X-Men rock up and we just got Jubilee just hanging out.
Yeah, you see like stuff like that. For me, it's gonna be like, okay, so y'all trying to maybe set up what comes next. Like some of the characters here are going to end up being now in the new unified Prime universe,
Mm-hmm.
almost like they did with like CW and the Crisis.
By the way, is Monica Rambeau confirmed to have returned?
They have not confirmed it yet, but I'm gonna break in and find out. Because
Oh yeah, you're one of the leakers,
if
boss.
she's not there, like the
Legally,
movie's
he
gonna
isn't.
suck.
By the way, he's not a leaker. Which I said that as a joke.
I'm not a
It's
leaker,
an inside
guys.
joke. Okay, it's an inside joke.
YouTube, calm down, calm down. I just want to see my queen on screen.
Bro, they've got
you
like
know?
the snipers lined up outside your house right now. Kevin Feige is like, I got him.
I'll be like, look, man, just it's okay. Just give me Monica Rambeau, okay? That's all I want. Yeah, she should, because she got sent to the universe where Beast is. I'm not sure if they're gonna keep that as the X-Men universe that the old cast is gonna come from, but I think she's gonna be part of this multiverse puzzle somehow,
Or in the next movie.
or probably in the next movie. But I don't think she's gonna be coming back in the next saga, the mutant saga. How clean do you think they're gonna start? Like, how fresh?
With the reboot.
Yeah, are we looking at like new Cap, new Tony?
You see, the thing is, they're simultaneously very desperate, but I would want to say I don't think they're that desperate, That's where I'm sitting in terms of the complications, because I think that they do want to still keep some things on some like James Gunn DCU type beat. They probably still want to keep some stuff, but then cut off all the baggage, if that makes any sense. Especially for certain actors who they've had trouble with in the past. Because I think Simu Liu, for example, he seems to be having some upsetness in terms of like not having further projects after Shang-Chi. So
Yeah, the sequel.
yeah, so like for example, something like that, I wonder if they won't try and redo that. I wonder if they won't want to try and reintroduce something like a Luke Cage. I wonder if they won't actually try to make Blade. I wonder if they won't try to like delete Wonder Man from existence. Who knows?
Wonder Man. Come, we still getting that. Like, I don't think he's gonna like. I think it's gonna be a one and done, like Ironheart. It's gonna be like a one and done, and like it's not. We're not visiting that again.
Crackpot tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. I think that the whole show is a bait and switch. I think what they've been presenting us up until now isn't actually what the show is gonna be like. They just want to sort of rage bait people with the show.
There's some clips of like him kind of like showcasing his powers and stuff. I think, yeah, it might be something different. Who knows? Who knows?
But yeah, we could
But
yap
like-
about this all day. I think we should stop here though.
What do you think about the trailer though? Like, are you excited? Are you hyped? Do you want to see more teasers?
I would first want to see where exactly they're going with this, because like I keep bringing up, I feel like Endgame assassinated quite a lot of the characters, and a lot of people throw that word around on the internet. Oh, character assassination. I'm talking about, for example, Steve Rogers is the kind of guy who can't retire. That's his personality, right? The guy who I can do this all day, he's not the kind of guy that retires. I don't care if you want to give him a story that ends with a happy ending, right? Not everybody gets a happy ending, and it's not because that people don't want one themselves. It's just that those kinds of people can't get a happy ending because of what their personality type is like, right? He's the kind of guy that will die before he retires, right? As a hero. He would be the kind of guy, for example, if you made a superhero
swinging.
story, right, that took place 50 years from the current MCU, right? He would be strolling in on a wheelchair, still training new heroes. That's the kind of guy that Cap is.
You know, maybe his ending should have been like him open like some sort of an academy or school or something, like,
Yeah.
something like that.
Exactly, the Rogers School for Gifted Children.
Oh my god. You're not gonna be a mutant, you have to be a human mutate.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to be a human mutate. Or like they could make him like that one timeline in What If where's the president. He could like try to become the president or something.
But like, yeah,
That would be so weird.
personally, right, I think that stuff like that, while I like it, it gives me the nice touchy goodness, right? At the same time, I don't think that makes sense for the character. I don't think that makes sense for the story that is actually being presented to us, especially considering him abandoning his friends, him abandoning his post, him abandoning his duties, right? Because he thinks, oh no, there's nothing worse than Thanos that's ever gonna show up. Cut to Avengers Doomsday, something worse than Thanos has shown up.
Man, Nick Fury said it before, bro. Like, trouble, Agent Romanoff. No matter who wins, trouble always comes around.
Exactly. And you see, Nick Fury didn't retire. Why the heck would Cap?
He's still doing his thing. He's still doing his thing.
Despite all of us
He's
complaining.
gonna come back.
Despite all of us complaining.
Yeah, despite Secret Invasion, he's still doing his thing.
But yeah, no, I guess throwing the question, back to you. Are you excited? Are you looking forward to see what's next?
I am looking forward to the reboot. I'm not lying to you. I'm trying to get past Doomsday and Secret Wars because I want to see what comes next. That's what I'm trying to see. But I am willing to go to the theater. I'm curious to see what the story is gonna be, what everyone's going to look like, how they're gonna interact. You know, the fight scenes. Yeah, but mostly I want to see what comes next. What's the new universe gonna look like?
I'm also
Where mutants have existed before, and you know, in the present.
Oh, is that what they're gonna do? Okay,
Yeah, Mutant Saga.
I guess. Yeah, no, makes sense. We did chat about it. Yeah, no, I think I'm sort of where I've always been for the past like year and a half now, which is that I'll probably only be really watching these things so that I can make reviews and talk about it on the internet, not because I'm that excited or interested. I'm at the point where I feel like places like Marvel, places like DC, all the comic book media, they need to sort of earn my trust. I'm not just gonna be jumping in like
Right.
even this movie. I don't think I'll be watching it day one, right? Maybe you will watch it, you will tell me something, I'll get upset, and then I'll
No,
go
for
watch
sure.
it. That's what's gonna happen.
For sure. Like day one, I'm there. You know, not watching Dune Part 3. Sorry, guys.
I didn't even watch part one.
I tried. It just wasn't entering, man. It wasn't entering. So yeah, I'll be there day one. Definitely, I'm gonna check it out. Hey, I'm also excited for Brand New Day, Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm not gonna lie, I'm waiting for that trailer. But yeah, Doomsday, I'll be there, and I will let you guys know what we think here on the channel, as usual. So keep that subscribe button, you know.
Lovely. I think we can call it there. Because again, we could go on for hours, I'm sure, but the video needs to end.
Yeah, guys. So we're gonna have to love and leave you. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction.
I do hope you guys enjoyed. I'm just trying to get video proof and evidence that I did leave a like on the video. I don't want any sort of accusations that I'm a hater. I have left a like. And yeah, I think that's it from us, folks. This has been the Cannonbull Podcast. I am Mono. That is George. Tell us down below any sort of thoughts that you have. Did we do a good job talking about this for like however long we are talking about it right now? And also just tell us what you guys think. What are you looking forward to? Drop a like. Okay, please hit the subscribe button. There are some of you that are coming in. We are doing pretty okay in terms of some of our views. We are cracking records and such. So keep it going, man.
Yep.
We would really love if you guys continue to support, even if it's in silence. You don't want to leave your comments, that's okay. Just watch the video. Share the video maybe if you're feeling really brave. And
maybe tell us what you want us to review and check out and talk about. That's also cool.
yep, we would be really down to do any of it. Maybe you want us to actually, even in preparation for Doomsday, do like a retrospective, right? Where we go and watch some of the older movies and just kind of give our thoughts, because we weren't talking about our opinions on these movies online when they were coming out. So maybe you guys would be curious to hear that.
For sure. Yeah, guys. Anything and everything, y'all know where to find us. The socials are in the description, and you guys are obviously connected to the channel. Alright? Always do you, and always look good doing it.
Indeed. Ciao, ciao.
See you guys.